what I would like to know is from you as a practicing architects, you usually work to the brief of a client and it is to create a living space. Yeah, and usually the living space is to see how you meet their wants. And here we are in a city which is meant to serve not the wants but only to give you according to your needs. And then the project like Golconda comes to my mind. It's a very small project, but then we have a city with almost same aspiration, but then we have at everything large scale. So how do you, so it's not just architectural challenge, it's a town planning challenge. So how do you plan a town for willing servitors, not just citizens in that sense?
Actually, the calculations which are done for the allocation of spaces in the residential zone, including the lines of force, take into account this question of what is a minimal space requirement for an individual, what is a minimal space requirement for a family, what is a minimal space requirement for a couple, and to compensate for not providing individual kitchens for individualistic lifestyles, what are the kind of social infrastructure that have to be built in to the residential zone at multi-levels, at ground level, at every level. All of this is part of the planning, you're right. It's part of the town planning itself and necessarily part of the architecture. So I don't see this as a big problem for us to solve. We have also the example of Sunship in Auroville. It has also attempted a kind of simple living setup with a kitchenette and very minimal basic cupboards, bathroom and studio spaces for people. It can be taken as a model. Creativity has also attempted a 3-bedroom apartment in 75 square meters. It's actually something that we had spoke about extensively when we were doing the RZ sector 1 and 2 conversation. Is it really possible? And actually we went and visited another apartment where we found that it's not only possible, it's extremely comfortable. So in fact, where we have started, like how Anton was saying, people came and people built necessarily. At that time, that was the way the equation was approached. People came, brought their resources and built. So we have gotten used to larger floor space area per person. But actually, if we are moving towards manifesting the city, this necessarily has to be replaced by something more tight, more condensed, and yet not compromising on the aspect of feeling comfortable. So